G'day legends, I hope you're all awesome. We have the Jam Pedals Double Dreamer Dual Overdrive on the bench today, which brings together their Tube Dreamer and Lucy Dreamer pedals in one compact unit with not two but three foot switches on there, because you can activate the Tube Dreamer side or the Lucy Dreamer side independently of one another and then kick in a boost on either of them. The three-way switch here lets you assign the boost function to either the Tube Dreamer alone, the Lucy Dreamer alone, or both in the middle. There's some really cool extra functions on this that I'll talk about later in the video, but pretty much you have a Tube Screamer style thing and a decidedly non-Tube Screamer style thing over here. And you're probably familiar with the Tube Screamer sort of thing, but the other side, the Lucy Dreamer, has a mix control on there. So you can set it up as a perfectly clean boost, or you can blend in some of the drive control on there. Both sides have controls for tone, gain, and overall level. The Lucy Dreamer side has that mix control I was just talking about. Let's just quickly hear this. I'm using a Fender Buddy Guy Strat and a Fender Deluxe Reverb as the core tone. I'll just let you hear each side on their own. We'll have a listen to what the boost or extra gain switch does on there. Then we'll hear them in a jam. So this is the neck pickup. It's a gold lace sensor. As you heard there, the left side, the Tube Dreamer, it's a great sounding Tube Screamer on there, and the ability to have an extra little bit of kicker boost on there, I think a lot of people are really going to enjoy. The Lucy Dreamer is a totally different thing going on. With the mix all the way up, you can hear it's quite a thick sounding drive, almost getting to that kind of fuzz style territory. I really like the mix control around noon and lower on that with the level cranked up. With a Strat, you go easy on the tone control, of course, but having the gain up quite high there, that is a really, really lovely parallel overdrive. Now, of course, you have the ability to run these in series if you want to. Furthermore, there are some internal dip switches in here, which let each of these jacks over here act as TRS jack. So if you've got a TRS to dual TS jack, you can actually use these as totally independent pedals, which is really, really cool. The manual describes that. I'll give a quick demo of that at the end of the video because I haven't really seen a lot of people using that. Parallel drives is pretty cool, but for now, right before we hear the jam track, I want to hear these cascaded together. So we're not using the boost on each side. We're just going to hear the double dream thing. I love the ability to stack those up in different ways, and you heard that simply adding a gain boost to, say, the Tube Dreamer side sounded nothing like cascading the two of them together, and vice versa. Okay, let's hear them in a little jam track now, just so you can get an idea of what it's like to tweak both of them and how you might use them for contrasting tones in a song. That is very nifty if you want to take a single channel amp and essentially turn it into a 3 or 4 channel amp with really finely graded gain stages. I've got my Boogie Mark IV plugged in now, and I've kind of cranked up the bass in the front end a little bit higher than I normally would because, of course, a popular use of Tube Screamer style circuits, because they roll off low end and give you a little mid hump, is as a kind of tightening agent in front of an already high gain amp. So let's just have a listen to what the Tube Dreamer side does with that. We'll hear a little bit of extra gain boost on it, and then we'll try the other side with the Lucy Dreamer side. So let's hear the core tone, PRS SC245 in drop C. Tube Dreamer side is doing exactly what I would expect. Pretty happy with that. I wasn't super into it with the added gain boost on it, probably because just starting to add some more clipping and make everything just kind of a bit mushy sounding. It's really interesting cranking up the gain on the Lucid Dreamer side over here and having the mix all the way up. It just basically takes that kind of tight Mark series thing and makes it kind of sound like a doom tone. I like that a lot. And then you can cascade them in series and like take that tone to an even stupider, crazier level, which I really, really enjoyed. I'm sure if you had the right guitar set up and right amp for this, you could probably get a kind of pseudo chainsaw tone out of that by cranking the two tone controls up and cascading them. Pretty good stuff. It's a great sounding pedal like all the other jam style stuff in here, but I think the thing that sets this apart from other dual drive pedals, especially dual drive pedals that have a side that's a tube screamer, is the extra ability to change those internal dip switches and run these as independent pedals or run them in parallel. So I'm going to do that and give you a very quick example of how that might work. I've changed those internal dip switches and I've now got a set of TRS to dual TS cables in here. So you can run these in parallel. I've hooked this up with my Fractal FM9 in a dual amp setup there. It's just made it really easy to manage the I/O. I'll let you hear it with everything bypassed. Then I will kick in each side of the pedal. So make sure you're listening in stereo because you'll hear the drive sounds panned. And I've gone for a much brighter sound over here, then a darker sound over here, and much more saturation on this side. But I have the ability to kick in that boost. I've got it assigned just to the Tube Dreamer side. So let's hear it with the Strat again. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching the video. Again, to the whole team at Jam, thanks so much for sending out the pedals for me to try out. If you'd like to learn more, there are links in the video description, and I would love to hear your thoughts on this particular pedal in the comments section below. Have a great day, and thanks for watching.